back at the Meadowlands.
I'm going to say, opening day, Meadowlands. Only on the first drive, Emmitt Smith went about 60. This was a little shorter, but it looked very much like what we saw Emmitt Smith do to the Giants. 39 yards.
I talked about this offensive line at the top of the show. We saw the pass protection they gave Aikman on the last pass to Novacek, and this is just a superb piece of blocking. Look at Moose Johnston with the lead block. He eradicates Romanowski. And look at that, Emmitt Smith hasn't been touched yet. He forces a broken tackle by Zordich, and that's it. But Zordich, the first guy to get a lick on Emmitt Smith as a safety, that's not going to get it.
What a block by Johnston. Chris Boniol for the point after.
Well, so much for that fumble. I think that makes up for it.
With a 50 in a row, Emmitt Smith in 4 figures. This makes him over 1,000 for the season. 7-3, Big D. Well,
life is good.
Hard to dispute. There is the MVP of the first half of the 1995 season. And Kelvin Martin returns the kickoff the foot of Boniol to the 23-yard line. David Lang makes the tackle.
The key block is number 2. That's 73, Larry Allen, right in the middle. Look how he takes Andy Harmon, turns him all the way around, and by the time Harmon, number 91, able to react, it's all over. Even though Emmitt appears to have had a blowout there. Looks like he's got a hole in his pants. That doesn't slow him down a great deal on his way to the end zone. Here's Larry Allen quickly blossoming into one of the better offensive linemen in this league.
He's getting us sewn up.
Yep, he is.
Little patchwork.
Watch that needle. Don't.
First down to the 23-yard line as Keith gives the ball to Ricky Waters, and Waters picks up 3 up to the 26.
I know Emmitt's a tough guy, but nobody's that tough.
Chad Hennings makes the tackle. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia lineup now with Rodney Peete making his 5th consecutive start. Played here last year backing up Aikman. Before that, 5 years in Detroit. Waters, the X-49er, the rookie McCreary is the fullback. Carpenter and Williams, the wideouts, with Barnett inactive. West is the tight end. Brooks, a rookie. McIntyre, the X-49er. McKenzie, the ex-Redskin. Panos and Anton Davis, a former #1 draft choice. Brooks at left tackle out of Kansas State. They have Garner and Waters in the backfield together, and Ricky runs right into Dixon Edwards. And let's take a look at that Cowboy defense. They're base 4-3. Look on Ricky's face says it all. Tolbert, then you have McCormick and Hennings, the defensive tackles, each making their first start, and Haley on the outside. Edwards, Jones in the middle, and Darren Smith back after that holdout. And then Deion in the secondary with Larry Brown at the corners. Woodson and Marion are the safeties. Leon Lett on suspension for 4 games, and Russell Maryland inactive tonight. So the 2 defensive tackle starters both missing as Pete uncorks one deep and incomplete. Intended for Kelvin Martin, the ex-Cowboy. Scott Case covering. And it's 4th down.
Well, there's a look at some of the duties of an equipment manager. And
he's trying to tape it, isn't he?
What's he got, a little duct tape on there?
Yeah. Gaffer's tape, yeah.
It is the greatest invention in the world, isn't it? It fixes almost anything.
Yes. Tom Hutton, the rookie punter from Tennessee. Almost had that one blocked, gets it away, and it's fair caught at the 33-yard line by Kevin Williams. 39-yard punt. Jim Schwantz nearly blocked it. But the Cowboys get it back. 9:04 left in the first quarter as Schwantz came that close. Dallas up by 4.
Happy birthday.
Dallas Cowboys at the 33-yard line. Aikman has it knocked down. It was deflected by Ronnie Dixon, the defensive tackle. 2nd down.
It's like Dixon had a chance to catch that thing. Let's take a look at this from right here. That baby is headed right at Dixon. If it's got an awful lot on it being that close to the quarterback, but that could have backfired on the Cowboys.
Well, he's been a big part of the emergence of this Philadelphia defense. He was out of football a year ago, but he has really come on for Philadelphia.
When he was out of football, Frank, he was driving a cement truck.
2nd and 10, and there's a cement truck going right through the middle of the Philadelphia line for a first down as Smith takes it up to the 46. Bobby Taylor, the rookie corner from Notre Dame, stops him after a 13-yard gain for the great Emmitt Smith.
That is awesome what's going on in the middle of that line. And Dan, you've been there. I never have run behind in this sort of thing. Well, look at this. Is awesome.
It's Larry Allen down blocking. It's Eric Williams pushing him to the outside, and then Nate Newton coming around the back block by Ray Donaldson. And there's one of the guys that the Eagles missed, Red Hall. Really had a serious injury in training camp with blood clots in his lungs. Nearly a life-threatening deal, and who knows when he's going to return to the Eagle lineup. But this offensive line, it's not just a question of victimizing the Eagles up front. They've been doing it to a lot of people for a long time.
You know, the average weight is, what, 319 pounds, and across the front of that line, the Eagles are giving up almost 50 pounds per man. And this is a very active 319 average line.
They're not just a bunch of blobs.
Emmitt Smith, and he has exploited that line and what they've done to that tune against the Philadelphia Eagles. He has destroyed the Eagles. And that is caught by Novacek at the 43, and that's enough for a first down. They needed 13 and got 14. First down, Zordich makes the tackle.
You look at Jay Novacek, and he's caught almost, what, 400 or 500 passes, and you think of Chris Carter up in Minnesota, and both of them used to be Cardinals, played for Buddy. Somehow they got away, and they're done pretty good.
Well, Carter played for Buddy right here in Philadelphia with this outfit here, but Jay certainly was with the St. Louis Cardinals and then Arizona before he was let go in Plan B. And, you know, it's a great lesson for, regardless of the sport, if somebody doesn't think you're good enough, that doesn't mean you're not good enough.
Aikman runs it to Irvin. That's a first down. The amazing thing as McMillan makes the tackle about the Cowboys is you know what they're going to do. You know Troy's going to throw. You know Michael's going to make the catch, and Novacek occasionally. You know Emmitt's going to run. How do you stop him, though?
Well, it's so diversified. That is the thing. I mean, they got Irving on one side. They got Kevin Williams, maybe the fastest of the Cowboys wide receivers. They can do anything, anywhere they want to do it. This is Irving just on a drive. You got to respect him going deep because he can do that. McMillan did. He reacts quickly, but so what?
Al, your question is well posed, but you know what? People knew the Green Bay Packers were going to run that sweep with Thurston and Kramer. They knew that the Steelers were going to run the trap to Franco Harris. Knowing it and stopping it are two different things.
Play fake, pass, and it's lost by Irvin and picked off by Bobby Taylor. And Taylor up past the 20, skirting the sidelines and out of bounds. And I guess that's how you stop him. You hope you get a fumble.
Second turnover now for Philadelphia.
McMillan is the guy who stripped it. He was covering on the play, and Bobby Taylor comes up with a football. At least McMillan got the arm in as Michael looks at the replay, and we will too.
Did that ball ever even hit the ground? I don't think it even touched the ground, did it? If it did, it was awfully quick. Barry Switzer wants to know as well. Well, I think this look ought to tell us.
Remember we talked about McMillan, how he could react so quickly to the ball. For a moment, Irvin was open.
That ball
reacted to it so quickly.
That's actually going to be an interception because Michael Irvin never had possession of that football. Don't they score that as an interception?
They do. First of his career for Taylor from the 35-yard line now. This is Garner, and apparently the play was whistled dead before its inception, and nobody in the joint knew it except
Charlie
the players.
And he held up the peace flag before he was buried out there.
Prior to the snap, ball start, number 78, 5-yard, first down.
Anton Davis, the right tackle. Another look now at the pick.
Again, Irvin was there. He was open, and McMillan just reacted. The ball does not even come close to hitting the ground. That's an interception all the way.
You really got to give McMillan credit. He pulled the left arm of Michael Irvin down, prohibiting his catching it.
Now on first and 15, the catch is made by the tight end, Ed Wist. That's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tackled by Edwards.
I think we really got to give a lot of credit to Mark McMillan here. Let's watch his play on Michael Irvin and watch how he's going to pull Irvin's left arm down. See, Michael wants to pull that ball in, but he can't. He's got a hold of his left arm, takes it away from him. That's a catch all the way, except for the really nice job by Mark McMillan of handicapping Michael Irvin and his ability to catch it.
2nd down and 9. And Garner starts to stumble as he takes the hand off and gets up to the 38. Here comes Ricky Waters, the voluble one. Ricky very emotional, very high-strung, somewhat petulant. The team has won 4 in a row. And Ricky last week, after the 4th consecutive win, started screaming at John Gruden, the offensive coordinator, after the game about not getting the ball enough. 3rd and 7. Deep. Incomplete. Good coverage. Nothing but white shirts. The closest receiver was Kelvin Martin. And Randall sits and waits. Cunningham backing up. Pete, as Ray Rhodes made the move after the Oakland game.
Well, Ray Rhodes knows that against the Dallas Cowboys on the road, that they cannot afford to fall behind by very much early in this ball game. And they just don't have a lot of offensive possessions to waste.
Booming punt by Tom Hutton, and then Deion takes the handoff for Williams. Deion Sanders off to the races. And into Eagle territory. Gordon stops him at the 43, and Joe Avisano, the special teams coach, loves that. How can you not when Deion is a member of your special team?
Blair for the dramatic.
You ever seen $13 million running with a football? That's what it looks like. And you had to be here to feel and hear the electricity when Deion Sanders touches the football.
Left hamstring trouble from a week ago against Atlanta. That's Deion Sanders. When he comes out, they wrap it and probably put some ice, I would imagine, in there.
He took it back to the 42-yard line, and Aikman with that deep drop. They set up the screen to Moose Johnson. The flag goes down. Johnston breaking tackles, and Romanowski finally bounces him down at the 35-yard line.
What would they be doing, Dan? Icing it? Or I've never seen them do that to a player. Icing it or heating it?
It looks like ice, the way they, the way it's bulky underneath. You think a hot compress, but you would think in this situation heat would be more along the lines of what a guy would need rather than ice.
Sure does attract the camera.
Yeah.
Tom White signaling it's offside against the Eagles.
Offsides, number 93. Defense lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty is declined. 2nd down.
2nd and 2. And let's get a word from Lynn Swan. Lynn?
Well, Al, Dan, and Frank, the wrap that Deion puts on every time he comes to the sideline is a heat wrap. He has been doing it since the beginning of the ball game because that left hamstring is tender. And then when the defense comes back out in the field, he just takes it right off. But, Dan, it is a heat wrap. It is definitely not ice.
Yep. That makes a lot more sense. Ice is what you use after you're injured. Keep the swelling down. Heat definitely keeps it loose.
But it's Deion. You never know.
Well, I got to tell you something. I don't have a lot of experience. I never had a pulled muscle in my life. I never had one that tight. These guys are wound a little tighter than I was.
Deion Sanders taking a breather, though he could play, obviously, offensively tonight, as he did last week.
What Barry told us, he'd like to get him about 12 snaps or so offensively tonight.
Emmitt Smith just picked up a 1st down on a 2nd and short to the 30-yard line, and Emmitt carries it again. A little hurdle job there. Flag comes in. For the moment, a 4-yard pickup. Tackle made by Bobby Taylor. Let's see about the call. Tom White, the referee.
Bobby Taylor in the offensive holding area where you usually see the laundry.
Ray Rhodes' 1st year, Barry Switzer in his 2nd. Rhodes, a longtime assistant in San Francisco. Ray with 5 Super Bowl rings.
Holding the center, 10 yards, 1st down.
That's Ray Donaldson.
Oh, now you see now, Al. Here he got away with not being named by the referee, and you have to. The guy got the break of a lifetime, and you have to go ahead and name him.
We cover the globe. We want to recognize Ray in his 16th year in the league. The poor guy's only been in 1 postseason game.
Well, Kenny Wolf, our producer, is telling us that Ray Donaldson did nothing at all. That he's a victim here.
1st and 20. And Kevin Williams can't make the catch there. We're just part of the witness protection program in that case.
Well, I hate to see a guy wrongly accused here. Tom White, the referee, said the center did it. Let's find out. The center is right in front of number 8, number 53, Ray Donaldson.